Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we will see how we can skip logging information which is not necessary. Typically, when we run our test, we are interested in looking at the logs when something fails. But when something is successful, we aren't really interested in looking at the logs. And at this moment, what will happen is if all the test, we see that the logs are generated for every single test, irrespective of if it is successful or if it has failed. And the reason why that happens is, so we can see here, we are first logging in the request and then we are also logging the response. So for example, the request is captured and then the response is captured. And this is happening because in our API class, we have this log all methods. So let's go ahead and change this log all to log validation fails. And if I copy this and change all this request logging from all to if validation fails, log all, and if I run it again, we will not see any logging information. So for example, this is the response, but this is the request part. You see, there's no response code here. And if I run this now, we will only get all the responses and not the request logs. So let the test run. So now we see we are only getting the response with response codes. We're not getting any requests anymore. And actually we're not even interested in all these responses. We're only interested in the response of the request that has failed. So for example, this one. So the way we can do it is if we scroll up, not only we will skip logging in the request part, but after the API call is made, instead of doing a log all, we will do log if error. And if I change this in all the APIs, log if error, then the logging will be reduced. And in fact, let's also have a look at the time, because if you look at the execution time, a particular test is taking, for example, in this case, 0.6 seconds, 0.64, 0.661, 0.697, and I'm hoping that if you are not logging this information, hopefully the test will be a little bit faster. So if we run the test again, let's see how much time it takes and if it still logs any unnecessary information or not. So now if I click here, we see we are only seeing logs for the step that failed. So for example, this failed test case, and we're not seeing any other log for any other test case. And if I click on timing extension, well, the time is almost the same. It's still 0.602, 0.615, 0.634. So we did not save much on time, but what we have saved is at least in terms of the logs that we have to look, because now we're only looking at the logs which are relevant for us in terms of execution failures. And anywhere else where we are not seeing a log, we know that everything was successful. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you. Bye-bye.